having that moment of like, okay, I'm pulling away is so important.
It's
and
so smart.
It has helped my health in general because I started associating work with feeling crappy.
Oh.
Because I was starving myself unintentionally.
Or just sitting
because,
too long. Or just sitting too long, getting crampy and dehydrated. That's a really good point. Okay, red light's on. Phone is now silenced. Shh. And we're rolling. We're monitoring ourselves today. It's going to be a dicey one. So I have Erica Soares with me. Is Soares how you say your last name?
Yeah.
Soares.
Well, so technically it's Suarez.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, we're not really Spanish. We're very American, and it's technically Portuguese, but my grandfather grew up here. His family was Portuguese, and then he grew up not with his family. So he didn't really grow up Portuguese anyway. He grew up Italian.
I see.
So it's Soares.
Okay. Erica Soares with me today. And this is very exciting. So Erica's on our creative team and does graphics. And this is very exciting that she's on the podcast today because it's her 1 year anniversary here today. Wow. So this just worked out really, really well.
It did work out really well.
It's kind of special that we're doing this today. And I want this to be perfect. I'm excited.
So. I've been wanting to do this for a while.
Yeah. No, I'm glad we're doing it.
I just love the spotlight.
Erica helps me on the back end post-production, editing the podcast in a lot of ways. So she is involved in helping with this podcast a lot, with the podcast page and all kinds of things. So
I do my best.
She needed to be a part of it at least once. So yeah, we had a few things we were going to talk about, but I was very excited. I made her prepare for this. I was explaining to her how popular the what's in your bag thing was with me. So we're going to do what's in your bag to kick it off. So do you want to go first? Should I go first?
I will go first.
Do it. What's in your bag, Erica?
Well, here's my beautiful purse, I guess. We can start with the outside with my keychains that came from Italy. This one. It's a little fan of places in Italy.
Did you go to Italy or did someone bring them back from Italy?
One of my friends, actually, who used to work here, Chiara, she went to Italy and brought it back for me. Inside, there are 4 pockets total.
It looks heavy just from here.
Unfortunately is, but I would never take anything out of here.
I get that. I actually get that.
I have my handy dandy notebook.
What does it say? Write it down. Love it. That's cute.
I got it at Target. It was on sale, and I was like, sure.
You always keep a notebook in your bag?
Yeah, because I find that I need paper surprisingly often.
Hashtag creatives.
So, paper. Yes, my Tums. I have been struggling the last couple of days. So the Tums are in my bag.
I always keep them in my car and they're missing. And I don't know why.
This is from my car. This is the car Tums.
The car Tums.
I always keep car Tums
my car
and
Tums
car
are
ibuprofen,
missing.
But currently my car Tums are in my purse.
My car Tums are missing.
Purse
I don't
Tums.
know what happened. Purse Tums.
Purse Tums.
Love it. Relatable.
This is an interesting one. A very beat up box of film.
Okay, that is unique.
So
and weird.
My beautiful, lovely boyfriend gave me a film camera, and I often find myself running out of film, so I just keep film in my purse so that I can easily replenish. If we're out and taking pictures, I don't have to be like, oh man, I only have 3 pictures left. I gotta.
Do you find it's worth it for the is it romantic enough to be taking film pictures, or does it feel like it's just kind of?
No, I think it's awesome. I haven't had much time to go out and take pictures, so I have film in the camera now that's 2 to 3 weeks old.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what's on it anymore. And that's my favorite part.
Oh, that's
every time I get it developed, it's like, oh my God, I forgot I took a picture of that. And it's
can I tell you a very quick story that goes along with that? When I was little, and I got my first disposable camera, and I took it on because this is what you did when you were, back in the 90s. And I took it on a camping trip. I was in the Girl Scouts. And I took it on a camping trip. Well, no one told me with those disposable ones, you snap a picture, but then you have to roll the dial.
Oh, no.
No one told me I had to roll the dial. So all week long, I was just snapping pictures. Didn't roll the dial. And so at the end of the week, like when I was like so excited, I sent it to the pharmacy or whatever, and I got it back. I had one picture, and I was so sad.
Was it a good picture?
I don't even know. I doubt it. But it was like that feeling that you'd get of like, what are my pictures gonna be? I know there's just so many good pictures.
It's so exciting.
I had one from the whole trip. One.
It's so exciting. I used to do that for field trips, like. In school, that was what my parents got me for a field trip, was like I had a Lunchable and a disposable camera. And so like we went to the zoo or something and I just took all the pictures. So it's like bringing me back to those roots and I love it. Front pocket. Multi-tool. Also from my boyfriend.
I love that.
So it's got like screwdriver, like double-sided.
I like that one.
You have, sorry, I hit the mic.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'll get it back in a second.
It's
got like a box cutter on it and bottle opener, which has been very handy.
I'm sure.
Surprisingly handy. Sure. And then a screwdriver. Yeah, and it just clips in right here. And then I've got a pen for my notebook, of course.
Yeah.
That's what's in my bag.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, and my keys that are on a Big Hero 6 lanyard with a Big Hero 6 keychain.
Nice. Awesome.
I have a lot.
Well, I feel like digging out your whole purse is like,
I honestly,
that's why I love it. I'm like, I was saying to her, I'm like, I think the what's in your bag thing does so well because I'm like it's so like everyone carries such different things.
Yeah, and you really get to know a person.
You do.
Finding out what they carry.
Exactly. And it's like, what's hidden in there? I want to know what's hidden in there. The curiosity level, like, yeah. Okay. I was saying that because I've done this so many times now, this mic's not feeling right. Okay, that should be okay for a second. I don't know if this pillow is going to be able to stay. Because I've done this so many times now, I'm like, it's not... I'm not intentionally putting things in here for this. This is just who I am. So to find new things is not... I don't know if I'm going to be able to, but... what have I not talked about on the pod already? So trying to find interesting new things. So I'm trying to think of things that I haven't already showed the podcast. So anything new that I haven't shown. Tiny little deodorant.
I love
Native. This is the best kind, but this is the sweet peach and nectar kind.
Oh, that's the shampoo.
Very, very good. Smells amazing. No one wants to be stinky. Get yourself a purse deodorant. So I also have a lot of... like for Sephora, or like Ulta birthday presents.
Oh,
they give you
the like travel size,
trial size mascaras. Got a bunch of those. I don't know if I showed this in the past, but Bag Balm lip balm, amazing.
Bag Balm.
You've never heard of Bag Balm?
No.
Okay, so it's like it was made for like I think fact check me, fake news. Animal, like I think cow udders actually, like it comes in a tub. It's disgusting. It smells horrible, but it's like so ointment healing for your skin. So like my dad always worked in a shop and his hands would just be like bleeding from stuff. And so he'd always like come in and like put Bag Balm on all of his cuts, but having it in a lip balm form, amazing. It's very, very healing. I
always use Vaseline.
So it's kind of similar feeling. It's just more stinky, but it works really, really good. I have lots of mints. I have both super sour ones, which are like mouth-watering. My medicine makes my mouth really dry. And then I also have these kind that are aspartame-free and also have, what's that stuff in it that is good for your teeth?
Xylitol?
Yep, xylitol. So I'm all minted up. I have extra straw.
Yes, because you never know when you'll need an extra straw.
You never know when you need an extra straw.
We needed an extra straw yesterday because I forgot to bring tennis straw.
And I forgot that was in there.
That was sad.
This from Kevin's episode a couple weeks ago was when he was talking about skincare and ceramides. This is my ceramide king. And I don't share this with anyone. No one's allowed to share it. So when people want hand cream out of my purse, they're not allowed to use this. I have a different one that I will share. But this is really good for like redness, and it has zinc, it has magnesium and sodium. It has a gel hydrator, but it's super like it's almost like medication, but it's really good. Really expensive.
Sounds expensive.
Yeah. What else have I not shown anybody in here? This is like my Juicy Couture bonus thing that I carry. It's not my cards, but it's all of my
the like dummy cards. Yeah.
It's all of my gift cards that I have
okay.
that I'm like, I need to use those up. So like
I was thinking like loyalty cards.
So a lot of these are like, so the Cancer Center gave us, it's amazing. They give you, turns out when you're dying, they're like, the least we can do is give you some gas cards. So when you're going to chemo 5 days a week, they're like, here, have some gas cards. And they also gave me a whole bunch of like a grocery store gift
coupons.
cards. So that was cool.
Gift cards.
So I've been trying to use those up. But I'm not keeping those in my normal wallet. I don't know why. It feels like better having them in this separate little purse. So that's in that.
I think that's fair.
I'm loaded up with, I think I've shown, I have tons of like mace.
Is that pepper spray? Yeah, I was gonna
it's usually open. It's usually open. Not on,
that sounds bad.
Not on purpose.
Mace yourself on
at
accident.
A different company I once worked at years ago, a girl had a mace on her keychain, and because it was open, it slow leaked, and we had to evacuate the whole building just from a slow leak.
Oh no.
And oh my word, just the slow leak from it being even down the hall, everyone was like choking.
Oh my god.
Do not let your mace or pepper spray leak. It was like, I can't imagine getting sprayed in the face with it.
That's terrifying.
So yeah. Anyway, I'm living on the edge with that kind
no
of life.
kidding.
So anyway, and this purse itself is new, if you'd like to admire it. And it came with an inner purse.
Ah, yes.
So this is like I pull this out if I don't want to take big purse into the store.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway. That's all for me. So anyway, what are we talking about today? We were going to talk about, we're going to talk about work, working from home, working from an office, the challenges of that, especially since we're both kind of like chronic illness girlies.
Mm-hmm.
And also like the differences between having a brain that can focus and can't focus, and the benefits and challenges of working from home. So you're kind of hybrid.
Yeah.
And
I'm honestly so thankful for it. It's been amazing. It's been so helpful with how my health is.
Yeah.
It's been so nice to be like, hey guys, I'm really not feeling good today. I'm just going to take it easy and work from home today. Mm-hmm. And it's been such a relief.
So wow. Sorry about that. I'm just going to keep moving because it's kind of one of those days where I can't get my body comfortable.
I know what you mean.
I'm trying to keep the mic in front of my face. What have you found when you're working from home has like worked and not worked? Just kind of in summary, days when you're going to work from home.
Do you mind if I look at my list?
Yeah, get your list.
I have notes because once again, my brain cannot focus.
I understand. When we were talking about setting up this conversation, we were talking about how the difference between, I don't know, do you consider yourself like a type B personality?
Funny enough, in some ways, but not in others. I am a very strange being that is a mix of chaos and OCD. So like in some places I thrive in having flexibility and chaos and nonsense, and in other ways I'm like, no, it needs to be organized, it needs to be set, it needs to be XYZ. And if it's not, forget it.
Yeah.
I am so like flippy between the two that's sometimes the challenge with working in general for me is like a job like this where I'm using my brain more often and there's a lot of different tasks going on all at once. It can be really hard to figure out daily like what I need to change in order to function properly.
Yeah.
But thankfully most of the people on this team are, at least someone works the same as like one of my moods.
Yeah.
And so whenever it's a day where it's like, okay, I need more schedule, I reach out to Anna. Whenever it's a day that it's like, I'm more flexible and trying to figure out what I'm doing, I reach out to someone else. And it's like, it's so nice. This company is amazing.
Yeah. 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 It's certainly unique in that not all companies, especially more corporate settings, have the flexibility to work on whatever hours work best for you.
Yeah.
And work wherever works best for you. And that's not to say that there's complete freedom in that here.
No.
There's certain expectations and boundaries that we keep as a company and as working together as a team. But it's nice that there is a certain freedom to work within the bounds of your own brain here.
Yeah.
And as long as you're kind of getting your work done and cooperating with whatever team you're working with, it's kind of like whatever works for you.
Yeah.
So what have you found works for you?
So the biggest thing that I have done recently in working in general is I need to have a space.
Okay.
I was doing this thing where I would travel all around my house and do work in different places, and it was not, I wouldn't say distracting. It was just, it didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like I was working at my best.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have full attention. I was, focused on this because I'm on this spot and this because I'm in this spot. Like working from bed is like, I'm tired because I'm in bed and my brain is like, oh, we're in bed, time
Right.
for nap,
Yeah.
or I'm on the couch and I'm like, I'm looking up at the TV like, man, I forgot I need to finish this show. And that's obviously not good for work and productivity and things like that. So I had to set up a space for myself in my apartment as like okay, this section is where I work.
Yeah.
And it's kind of morphed a couple of times as I'm trying to find like my perfect sweet spot, but right now I think I found a pretty good spot is like a small section of my desk that I've kind of turned everything away from to make it like a cubicle.
Yep.
And that's like, it's the perfect space for computer, notepad, mouse, everything I need. And it gets me into that brain space of focus just sitting there. And it also, what I'm so thankful for, separates the rest of my house from work.
Yes.
Because the other problem I was having was I could never relax. I could never have work off my mind because I was always in a spot where I would usually work.
Yep.
And so I was constantly stressed, like, oh, I have to do this. Oh, this is on my task list. Oh, I have to do this tomorrow. Like, and
couldn't separate.
No. And obviously that's not good for relaxation. And you need relaxation. You need that separation, work-life balance and all that.
Yep.
So having that set space where it's like, I do not sit there unless I'm working, it really gave me that boundary of like, okay, the rest of the house is for relaxing and for doing house things. And that space is the workspace.
Yep.
And that changed a lot with my workflow, and it was so, so helpful.
Yeah. That's really smart.
Yeah.
Having, because it's true, being in a certain environment creates an energy of, well, that's what this place is for. You go to this place to do this thing. You're in this spot for this purpose, and it brings this energy to it. Like you said, like it's hard to relax in a place where you're have work on your mind and vice versa. Like, so to create those kind of separations for yourself and in your brain, that seems like a smarter way to work.
Yeah. And my challenge with that was I live in a very small apartment.
Yeah.
And so I didn't have like a dedicated office.
Yep.
Like, that's like a room where I can like close the door and be like, that's the office.
Right.
So I kind of had to make my own office.
Yep.
Because I had tried the desk before, but I hadn't moved anything. And so it's like my attention still kind of wavered.
Yeah.
But now I've kind of set up, like I said, like a cubicle. So it kind of blocks out everything else.
Smart.
And I have like a little room around me.
Yep.
I also do the thing where it's like certain music or certain videos or whatever. For some reason, ASMR has been my thing lately.
Yep.
Putting on ASMR focuses me into work.
Okay.
Which is strange because it's supposed to be a relaxation thing, but somehow it just triggers something in my brain.
Maybe
to
it's
be
just
like,
a calming
focus.
thing. It like gets your brain into a calm
I think
state.
so, because my brain is always moving at 3 million miles an hour, thinking about everything all at once. So it's like, I think having something to be like focusing is helpful. But that could be for anyone. That could be music. That could be a TV show, like their comfort TV show. Like, as long as it helps you to get the work done, that's what's important when it comes to having a strange brain.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter what other people think to me. You know, like someone comes over and looks at me and they're like, why are you watching a video of someone scratching another person's back? Like, I'm like, because it's helping me focus, okay? I don't know. I'm getting work done, okay?
Yeah,
And they're like, okay, good job. Like, you know, it doesn't matter if they're like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Because I'm still being a productive part of the company and they can't argue with that.
Right.
you know?
Yeah, as long as it's not distracting and it's actually motivating, then whatever.
Yeah.
Yep. To each their own.
Yeah, exactly. I'm I'm a weird person. I acknowledge that.
You know what? I totally subscribe to whatever it takes to get your brain in a state of like being able to focus and do your best work, because we do have, all of us, just so many challenges that, like, things that are on our minds, or like you said, just like putting us in a state of like it's just like our brains are running at like 1,000,000 miles an hour, thinking about not just like work, but everything else going on in our life. And so to be able to like dedicate time and focus and give good, like energy to a project and make it good is hard sometimes, especially when you don't feel good. And so whatever it takes to get there, you have to do those things.
Yeah.
And that might look different on different days too. So for me, there's just some days where I'm just like, I can't push this project right now, or like not even necessarily today, but like on this hour. So like that's taken a lot of maturing to learn. There's a past version of me that would be like, I'm gonna push through this and do this right now. And there's the mature version of me that's like, oh, that's not worth it, because you waste time trying, like killing yourself over like just wasting time just being like, I can do this, and not being able to do it. Instead, I'm going to get up and vacuum this room right now instead. Like while I'm at my office, because I'm like, that's actually a productive thing to do too. Reset myself a little bit, maybe post on social media, come back to editing this video later. I've been staring at it for too long.
Yeah.
So things like that work well for me when I'm just like not in a headspace of, because things like listening to music and stuff, they don't work for me.
Yeah. I've always felt that way too. I get too sucked into the music. And I think that's why ASMR has been so helpful lately, is because it's like, it's not music, but it's sound.
You just
like
need
background
noise on.
But I hate white noise. I hate the like white noise, brown noise, pink noise, like all of that, because it's a steady hum.
Yeah.
It makes my tinnitus go crazy, and I'm just it drives me insane. Yeah. So I need like a variation of sound, but something that's not going to be distracting, and I think that's the hole that ASMR has filled lately.
That's so interesting. Yeah, I've tried, like there's different like YouTube videos that are supposed to be like this specific like decibel of whatever is supposed to be good for focus, and like maybe occasionally like that'll hit, but like for one thing, more often than not, I'm editing videos, so I'm listening to audio, so I can't have a competing audio going.
Right.
But even the times where I'm not editing an audio and I'm doing something where I can listen to music, it kind of is so distracting that it's like an additional thing on my mind that I'm like, this is actually just making me feel worse. So, and at the same time, I'm a person that like, I do kind of like background noise and distraction going on, but it's like, if I'm struggling to focus on something, that doesn't help
Yeah.
me personally. So it's like finding, well, then what does?
Right.
So.
Yeah. And that's different for every person.
So do you think that like your work vibe and focus is different at home versus being in the office?
Oh, 100%. So in the office, I don't need the background noise as much because there's kind of naturally background noise.
True. Yeah.
I was listening to some stuff the other day when we were having our fire drill project, and I needed to like just lock in and just like cut out everything, and I need to get this done.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I find it's probably also partially because this is truly the work environment.
Yes.
And that will truly ultimately put me in the best work mind of space. Space of mind.
Space of mind.
Space of mind? I don't know.
I know what you're saying. You made me doubt it.
I doubted myself. So it's easier for me to focus here than at home.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that I can't work at home, because 100% I can, and sometimes I do need to, because there are times where I physically can't get to the office. You know, I don't feel like I could drive, it's not safe for me, or I'm missing a car, you know, car's in the shop, or recently my mom didn't have a car, so she had to take my car to work, you know, like things like that. And that's where that flexibility comes in handy.
Yeah.
But having that hybridness where it's like, okay, I'm having a day where I really am not going to get anything done at home, I can go into the office, and that will instantly switch me on to like, okay, I know what I'm doing, and I'm here, you know? And it's an amazing space here, too, that it's like supportive of that productivity.
Yeah.
Like, I have worked in places where even just going to the place is like stifling because the people are stifling, and it's awful. But thankfully that is not the environment here, and that's another thing that like I feel like a lot of people have to search for, especially like in this kind of field, in like the creative, graphics, web design, marketing, all of that. Like it can be very easy for a company to fall into that stiff corporate yeah.
Yep.
And you have to kind of travel around, unfortunately, to find the right company that has the right vibe, because it's a team effort.
For sure.
For this kind of position, it's a team effort. You know, when I was 16 and doing like a cleaning job, that's, you know, that's me. I'm in my own space, you know, it's just me here, like, you know, but in this kind of situation, it's every person has a piece, and it all needs to come together in order to make the puzzle.
Right.
It's not just on you, and it's not just on her. It's not just on him. It's everyone has a piece.
Yep.
And so it's so important to meld as a team and be able to have that comfort and that productivity feeling being in the space.
And I think like what I've noticed is that's why I like when everyone comes into the office in person, because I just feel like there's just a different energy to the conversations that get had. If we need to, you know, like yesterday when we needed to talk about a certain client, me, you, and Anna, and if we had had that conversation on Zoom, I feel like it would have, I don't know, just not been the same. The dynamic wouldn't have been the same. Just talking about it wouldn't have felt the same. The resolution to it would have been, it just felt, I think it would have felt more draining to me. More difficult to set up that meeting, to talk about it.
Yes.
To make sure, did we cover everything? Because now we have to say goodbye and sign off. Whereas if all three of us are here and it's like, is now a good time for us to like jam this out? And then if like in 10 minutes, I'm like, oh yeah, and by the way, with this thing that I forgot to mention, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so all of us just kind of being here and having the ability to like be like, oh yeah, and about that. Like, it has an element of comfort to it to me, because it's like we're all here in a community of like, we're all working on the same client stuff.
Yeah.
And we can just hop on over to each other's desk or pop upstairs and be like, what happened with this? Okay, cool. Run down, rather than make a whole meeting online about it.
Yeah.
Or even messaging over chat about it. It's just not the same. I don't feel like I get to the same satisfaction of resolution to stuff as when we're just in like the office talking in person about stuff. And so there's that benefit. I feel like there's times when we are in the office together where it can feel like a distraction because there's so much like, lunchtime takes up a good amount of time.
Yeah.
Whereas if we were home, like there'd be a different level of productivity. But that's good for morale too.
Yeah.
There's just occasional shenanigans that are time consuming, or if I am trying to focus and there's people in here like talking, that can be distracting to me. But it's also not like that every day.
Yeah.
So it's like there's the balance of like, okay, so there's some extra distractions that are time consuming. Some of those are good versus if it was just like quiet in here all the time and like pedal to the metal focus.
So then that's like part of like my hot take with this is in having to be forced to entirely work from home because of the whole car situation for a little while. I have figured out, at least for me, hybrid is so much better than straight work from home.
Yeah.
Like, straight work from home sounds like a dream, and it is not all that it seems to be. It is not all that it is cut out to be. It is so much nicer. So, like you say, if it is that kind of environment at work where, oh, man, I just really can't focus today, you can go home and finish up at home.
Yep.
And that's the great part of the hybrid situation.
Yep.
Whereas if you were in office and you just really couldn't focus a day, oh well, like try again tomorrow, you know?
Yep.
Or if you were all work from home and it was the same situation, it was like, oh well, try again tomorrow, you know? But with the hybrid, you really have that opportunity to like change your environment if it's not working that day. And it's so helpful.
Yep.
For at least someone like me who sometimes needs that change to kick back into gear.
Yep.
And yeah, so I personally think that hybrid is much better than straight work from home.
I agree. And when I used to live much further away, I worked from home a lot more just because it was more challenging to get, especially in the winter.
Yeah.
Like, it took me like 45 minutes.
I am not looking forward to trying to get here in the winter.
So that's kind of you. You live kind of further away. I have the benefit of only being like 15 minutes away now. But when I lived farther away, it was harder to get here in person. I still made the effort to get here at least 2 days a week because I saw the benefits to it.
Yeah.
But even back then, I didn't enjoy working from home because it was way harder to be on meetings. It was way harder to focus. And that was when I had a different apartment, but it was still a small apartment. And like you said, it was hard to create an area that was separate from the rest of my house. So like you said, it felt like my whole house. It was like I had to like mentally click off work time, and I couldn't do that because my laptop felt like my work and I wanted to use my laptop for other stuff. Like it was just like I couldn't turn it off. And so I can turn it off the moment I leave here.
Yeah.
Like mostly. If I need to check the chat, like I've been able to set way better. I've been here for almost 9 years now, and I have through time learned how to set better boundaries for myself, for my sanity, to be like, okay, unless there's a true emergency, which I don't believe in marketing emergencies, and I'll die on that hill. I'm there for my team. Unless there's a team emergency. How about we say that? Unless there's a team emergency, because I'll die for this team. How about that? I'll die for this team. I will not check my chat after a certain time of the day, and I won't check it on the weekends.
Yeah.
And there's no need to for me.
Yeah.
But there are other people on this team who their brains work better to work during those hours.
Yeah.
And so that for them, they work during that time, whereas they don't necessarily work during the hours that I do. And that's great. So there's some like weird overlap that happens. My point being, when I'm here, because I almost entirely work in office now, I'm able to leave here and be like, works for tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I might occasionally check my chat like once at night just to be like, is there anything happening tomorrow I need to know about to prep for? But besides that, I can leave work at the office unless I'm like sick, not feeling good, and do truly need to work from home. I prefer to leave it here for me personally. And I've found what works for me. And I think that's what everybody should do is whatever your circumstances are and whatever your ability is, whatever your company allows you to do, figure out, how to make the best of those circumstances in your environment. Like you and I both have small apartments and we can still figure out a situation that works. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And having the separation is just so important. I did not realize how important it was until it was a problem for me. And then I was like, oh, I really don't feel good. Oh, I wonder why. Because I'm thinking about work all the time and I'm stressed about work the entire day. 24/7. Cannot go to sleep without thinking about work.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yep.
No job is worth that.
Yep. Yeah, for being not getting sick over, for sure. Yeah, there's being responsible and keeping up with your tasks and being productive, being responsible and reliable. And then there's like making yourself sick over it.
Yes. Yeah. Or just constantly like losing sleep over things.
Yeah. And, then it's time to reevaluate, I think.
I agree.
And I've definitely been at that point before where I'm a high anxiety person by nature. So I'm constantly reevaluating, like, am I being a lunatic about this? Probably.
Yeah.
What needs to change? Because I shouldn't be. And I think that's why I make that statement about marketing emergencies, because I care a lot about my clients and my work, and I'll make everything an emergency. I will make, because I care so much, and I'm just like, at the end of the day, I'm just like, it's literally marketing, and it'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
All can be fixed.
Yeah.
All can be fixed. All can be done in the light of the day and can be addressed, and it's not worth me dying over.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, I'm glad you have figured out what works well for you. Have you made adjustments through time? You've been here a year now.
Yeah. A lot of adjustments. It's been quite the journey to figure out what I need. Because this job has been so different than the rest of my jobs. I mean, this is the first job I've had that's like a career job. Something that I expect to stay in long term and I expect to kind of grow in. All the rest of my jobs were, classic part-time. I worked at an escape room. I worked a cleaning job. I worked at a gymnastics gym as like a front desk person. They were standard, like, I'm a teenager, I'm just earning my first bit of money. And to adjust to this, like, completely different environment was huge for me during my internship, during the 3 months that I first started here. It was so much different than I expected that it was almost shocking. But it didn't scare me away, obviously, because here I am a year in. But it did take time to figure out. And honestly, I really didn't figure out the whole, like, home separation thing until, like, a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, my mom is staring at me like, your acid reflux is because of your stress. And I'm like, oh, great. But having that settled agreement of, like, this is how my brain works, and this is finally working for my work and my brain and my comfort level and also my productivity and efficiency, it's so much nicer now to do work.
Yeah.
Like, it's not I am stressed constantly because I didn't do this right, or I still need to do this, or, it's even made mistakes easier because I am more aware, I guess, of, like, the strengths and weaknesses that I have and more accepting of them, which sounds stupid because how can setting up space in your apartment for work help you with that? But it really it changes so much mentally to have that, like, separation and to be able to, like, brush things, like, here's the work corner, here's the relax corner. And it puts you more into a self-awareness state where I can say like, oh, yes, okay, I did that wrong, but here's how I can make it better. I'm going to work on it right now. I'm going to fix what I did wrong. And then I can still shut the computer and walk away from it and like take a breather, take a walk outside, do some deep breaths, come back to it with a fresh mind. And like, again, it's that separation that helps to have that moment of like, instead of just pure panic, it's okay. Things will be okay. I can do this.
Yes.
And get it done.
Yep. And I think that translates not even just in work. I am the type of person who my environment affects me mentally so much. Like, and I'm as type A as it gets, but if I'm in a messy space, I can't function. I can't relax. This office, I guess the redesign was before you started here. What was the ceiling up before you started here? So like this basement has been a long time of like remodeling and redoing. And it like I moved down here by myself like the second year after we moved in here. And it was just very basement-y down here. And I slowly over time was like, okay, we're putting in the floor, we're going to start painting, we're going to start and putting in the studio one piece at a time. And it made such a difference. That's why I put so much of like my chest into the remodel down here, because this space, every part of it makes such a difference to me personally. And I think definitely other people. People started hanging out down here way more after we remodeled, because it has a way, like literally even just Bill's choice to redo the lights. They were the strip lights, which were way like harsher, uglier. That wasn't a necessary thing to do, but it created like a much more calming, like homey vibe. And I think getting my chandelier, totally unnecessary. But
it's so like, cute though.
It all of those pieces tie together to create an environment that's conducive to productive work. And I make my home that way. Like it's neurotically clean because I can't cope. One of the things that we have been talking about is redoing the studio in a way that hopefully will make it more just efficient. And also we're thinking about, don't hold me to this, moving the podcast setup somewhere else so that it's the audio and video is more just productive for post and visually appealing and all that kind of stuff. But that might be a few seconds before that happens. But all of those things matter. All of those things matter to vibes and work and mental health.
100%.
I believe in that.
100% they do.
In my whole chest. So.
Yep. And I think a lot of type A people don't realize that, which is what's interesting.
Type A or type B?
Type A.
Really?
Yeah. I feel like they just think like this is just the way that it needs to be, and they don't realize that like it's affecting them.
The purpose behind it.
Yeah. And I guess I don't really know how to articulate this properly. My mom is very type A, and in a lot of ways she like cannot cope when something is not going her way, but she lives with me. And that is a struggle of like, you know, I have a different organization style than she does.
Yeah.
And I cope with her much better than she copes with me, I think.
Are you like a more messy type and she's a cleaner type?
Yes. And she's more of like an A to Z organizer, whereas I'm more of a purposeful organizer. Like I use this in this spot, so it's going to live somewhere near this spot. And even if that seems like it's messy, it's more convenient, and it's more likely that I'm going to put it back in that spot.
Intuitive organization.
Because, but she's like, no, I have this drawer, and it's labeled this, this, and this, and that's where it needs to go, because that's where it's labeled.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but if I'm using it in my bedroom, I'm not going to want to walk it all the way back out to the living room every time I use it.
Yeah, I can see that difference clashing.
Yeah. So, I find that a lot of that kind of organization type is less flexible.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like you do good with that, of being flexible and kind of working with other people.
Thank you. In spaces that I am obligated to share, I try to be open-minded in the sense that, like, this can't all be about me.
Yeah.
In spaces that I am not obligated to share, I'm a psychopath.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, my personal spaces.
To be fair, I think that is your right as having your personal space to be neurotic about your personal space.
It's a big reason I choose not to have children.
Fair.
And never will.
Yeah.
So,
children are very messy.
Well, it's just, I don't want to, there's certain things I'm not going to share, and part of that is my space. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. To each their own. Yeah. I respect you, mothers.
Okay, so circling back to working from home, I do have another thought.
Yeah.
I noticed for me with my brain and the level of focus that I achieve blocks out important senses.
Say that again. Say it all again so I can...
Okay, so the level of focus that I often achieve blocks out basically like anything but what I'm doing. So any body like sensory things, any like sounds around me, like I often get too stuck.
So give me an example because I'm not following you.
I don't eat or drink.
When you're working?
Yeah. When I'm working at home and I'm like really focused in.
Okay.
And that reduces my productivity because eventually, you start getting hungry, and whether you like it or not, whether you feel hungry or not, your brain starts functioning at a lower level and you start getting shaky, and same with dehydration. And I was finding I was like stopping 5-6 hours in and being like, ugh, why do I feel disgusting? Oh, I haven't eaten a meal in like 6 hours.
So are you saying it's better for you to not eat or to
No.
eat?
So I'm saying I need to set something to allow me to eat. Like I have to set an alarm for myself, or like even just someone to text me and be like, it's lunchtime, like something that pulls me away for a moment so that I have that recognition of, oh, I'm hungry. I need to drink some water. I need to use the bathroom.
If you have a water bottle, you won't drink it on your desk? Why?
Nope, because my brain blocks it out. It's like an object permanence thing where it's like I'm staring at my computer screen, so the only thing that matters is my computer screen. It's crazy, and it is very beneficial in certain situations, but not good to starve yourself.
I can definitely relate to like forgetting to eat. I am definitely a forget to eat person, but drinking I cannot relate to at all. I'm like I have to take a sip of something every 5 minutes.
I literally like don't even register that like my mouth is dry or my throat is dry or I'm thirsty. Like I don't register it. I don't register the feeling of my stomach like grumbling. I don't register any of it. It's crazy. And like sometimes I don't even register like if my blood sugar gets too low and I get shaky. I don't even register that I'm shaky until I stop, and then I'm like, oh God, I need to have like a piece of candy right now.
So you're saying it is a good tip to check in with your physical body while you're working so that you're working too.
Set an alarm, whether that's Pomodoro method every 30 minutes, an hour, to just like sit back for a second, 5 minutes, kind of check in with your body, kind of figure out what time it is, because I also lose track of time super easily. Check how, just in general, how you're feeling. Because also like I find myself hunching. I'm very hunchy. Like you were taking pictures of me the other day and you're like, you're curled up in a ball. And I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize that. And so I have to also take that minute to be like, ooh, my back's going to hurt later today if I don't do some stretches or like some exercise, like something to move my body around. And that has changed a lot for me, is having that like, okay, it's been 2 hours of work or an hour of work. Let's figure out like, okay, it's noon. I should probably start thinking about lunch. What should I do for lunch? I don't think I've drank any water, so let me take a good 3 sips right now, and then throughout like my break, I'll drink more water. You know, it's having that moment of like, okay, I'm pulling away.
Smart.
Is so important.
It's
and
so smart.
It has helped my health in general.
Yeah.
Because I started associating work with feeling crappy.
Oh.
Because I was starving myself. Unintentionally.
Or just sitting too long. Or just sitting too long, getting crampy and dehydrated. That's a really good point.
Yeah. And so, and another thing is I don't think that I'm thirsty if I'm not talking much. Like, my mouth doesn't get dry if I'm not talking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I get it. We're starting to run out of time, but I wanted to see what was in your chat really quick.
Okay. Let's take a look. So this is my personal on my phone. I do sometimes use it on my computer, but I have like a work one specifically. Mm-hmm. So this is often just like my personal.
So you separate your personal and your work one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
First thing, how to activate CarPlay, because I didn't know. We just got a new car and it has Apple CarPlay, and I could not for the life of me figure out how to get it connected.
Did you figure it out?
I did figure it out.
Is it a plug-in one?
Yeah, it is a plug-in one. So that was the problem.
Got it.
But I was like, I felt so dumb. I was like, isn't this supposed to be a Bluetooth thing?
Yeah, no. Some of them are, and some of them you have to plug in.
Yeah. Soup recipe ideas with what I have in my pantry. So I gave it like the ingredients that I have available.
Good idea.
And it put out like some things that I could make immediately, so I didn't have to go to the store. Because this was also during the time that I didn't have a car available.
Oh.
So I was like, I have pantry staples, I just don't know how to put them together. Help me put them together. You know?
Awesome.
Superhero name ideas.
For what?
I was writing a short story, and I needed just some ideas that I use ChatGPT so often for that kind of thing, for just like creative sparks, and especially if it's like a short story. I wasn't expecting to like give it to anyone to read. And it was mostly just because I was like, I have this muse and I would like to practice with it. So I started writing something, and those are the times when I'm like even more apt to like use ChatGPT for inspiration for things. But when it comes to things that I expect, like one day I might publish this, I don't usually use it as often. Sometimes I use it to help me search for certain specific things, especially because having something in a Google history that's like, how long does it take to bleed out?
Yeah, you're like,
it's a little startling.
I don't want any kind of crime information.
So I go into ChatGPT and I'm like, hey, I'm writing a story. Here's what happens in the story.
By the way, this is not for crime reasons. It's for novel reasens.
Exactly.
In case the police ever find this, I'm writing a book.
Ground beef stroganoff. I was really craving stroganoff.
Okay.
Here's, and this will be the last one. I asked it to pull up a list of affordable castles for a potential wedding.
Oh, yeah.
Because I would like castles for my wedding. A castle.
Yep. Love it.
So I asked it to pull some from around here, some from like a couple of European countries, and it was really helpful. Like, I was like, this is exactly what I need. ChatGPT is just an advanced search engine.
Yep.
For the most part.
Yep, that's what I say.
Yeah.
Yep. I've been careful about mentioning it on the podcast recently because people have been getting angry, but just continuing to keep the what's in my chat like as a thing at the end, so you can click off at this part if you don't like it. Mine has been a lot of estimating like nutrition facts for things that I have had to eat. Even though this is my personal one, I do sometimes use it for work things simply because my personal one I pay for the premium.
Oh.
Whereas my work one I don't, which feels totally backwards.
Yeah.
I have not yet asked Bill to pay for my work one. But anyway, I've been asking it for some social media advice and ideas. I ask it every week to help me plan my like supplement and medication for the week, depending on like what's going on in my life, like stress or certain pain that I'm dealing with, or like just whatever's going on. Like it's mostly the same, but I'm like, my skin's extra dry this week. Like, should I increase or decrease this one? Like, whatever.
Yeah, I like that.
It's a lot of health stuff that's like really boring. It's a lot of like, what do these words mean? As I was talking with Kevin on our podcast about going through like lyric meanings, I've been doing more of that.
Oh, yeah.
Breaking down
lyrics, songs.
Yeah, like breaking down, like, what is this artist talking about in this album? Like, is this about their dead, like, ex-husband or whatever?
Yeah.
I'm just, like, really curious about, like, what is this? Is this about what I think it is? Like, anyway. I don't really have anything super exciting except for, like, how do I get better rest and, like...
Yeah. I think I asked ChatGPT that too.
My life's really boring right now. So anyway, let's us conclude with get to know the team member. I pulled out one for you. So
I'm afraid I'm gonna do really bad at this.
It's okay.
Okay.
And per Kevin Burns' like super intense new rule, you only get 3 guesses.
Oh God, okay.
Because he's like, I'm super sick of watching these episodes and
that's fair.
letting
and
people
just, like,
guess
endlessly.
Everyone.
And I guess
until
that's
it's fine.
right.
I guess that's fine. I'm just like, I'm trying to give people multiple opportunities to get it right.
Okay.
But you only get 3 guesses and then you're done.
Okay. Thanks, Kevin.
Happy, Kevin, and everybody else on the team or viewers who hate me. Okay. So, this person.
Mm-hmm.
I was neighbors with a 3-time U.S. Olympic ski team member.
Whoa. Okay. Who would be interested in that? Like, who would be, like, proud of that fact?
Who would know that?
Right. Yeah. Who would talk to their neighbor enough to be like, yeah, that's what the neighbor did. You know, like, I don't know any of my neighbors.
That's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
Tim.
No.
Okay.
Good guess.
I'm like, again, I feel like all of the names that I know are just going out the window. I forget who it was that had that same issue where it's like, now I have to look through my chat to like, who's even working here? Who do we have?
I can help you with that. Bill, Adrian, Anna Lynn, Christina, Courtney, Dan, Deb, Kevin, Kristy, Maddie, Shalami, Tim, Vanessa, Vicky, Yuri.
Is it Kevin?
Yep.
Okay. Kevin has the weirdest life. What the heck? Kevin, how do all of these crazy things happen to you? I don't understand. He lives a novel.
He does.
He lives a novel. You told me the other day something that I was like, what?
Yeah.
How did that
He gave me some really good random
How
facts.
did that even... What?
He also was like, I don't remember ever telling you that. Like, you did. I have the chat message saved.
Oh my God.
You're either making stuff up.
So can I go through my line of thinking?
Yeah.
So my thought first was it had to either be a very friendly female, which we do have some people who are very outgoing. I mean, everyone's friendly, but like really outgoing, really social butterfly, like would talk to anyone.
Yeah.
We have a couple people like that, but most of us girlies are kind of introverted here.
Yeah.
Or I feel like it would have to be, again, a social butterfly man.
Yes.
But someone who would really remark on that. Like, and I feel like Kevin and Tim and maybe Dan are the ones who would
Bill.
Immediately, or Bill.
Bill would brag about something like that.
Yeah, that's true. But I
all men. I would guess the men.
I don't know why I gave a vibe that like Bill, it wasn't Bill. I don't know. I would have guessed all the men here. Where was Kevin living? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
He didn't say that part. Kevin, where were you living?
Yeah. What? Cause he lives in like Chile now? Yeah.
I don't know if it was when he was living in California or not.
Yeah, okay. So he has lived in the States.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's born in the States.
That's so crazy. I'd believe California. I feel like
I don't know.
Skiers come from California.
I guess.
Which is strange. But
It was a U.S. Olympian.
Right.
But the U.S. Olympian could have moved to Chile. But
true.
I don't know.
Oh,
Honestly, I don't care enough. This is a random fact that I don't care about.
I am interested. I like the Winter Olympics.
You can tell Erica. There are things I care about in these people's lives. This one, I don't care about. Not that much.
Fair.
Lovingly.
I usually end up watching the Winter Olympics because I watch the figure skating events.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'd be interested to find out who the skier was. Like, that's cool.
Yeah. It's kind of like an F level celebrity, right? I've known some celebrities. I don't know. I'm not meaning to insult your fact, Kevin.
I'm not sure I've ever met anyone any higher.
Okay. Well, this was really fun.
Yeah.
Thank you for being
here. Thank you for having me.
Come on back again sometime. You're here,
love to.
And we'd love to have you. So.
And just know I am behind the camera.
She's the one behind the camera. Behind the episodes, behind the post-production. So drop her some love in the comments. Drop on in the comments. We'd love to see you. Okay.
Down below.
Till next time. Love yous.
Bye.
It's the end.
No, it's not. There's more.
There's always more.
Don't be sad. You can catch our full video interviews on our YouTube channel. Come find us.
And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends so that we're not sad.
And follow us on TikTok.
And Instagram.
It'll make your day happier, promise.
And we'll know if you do. Until next time.